Oh hey, someone... Oh wait, I just was playing against this guy. He did really well. I wonder what this button is for. Oh, that's I don't know. Does that stop you seeing their chat? Did I don't know. I'm going to turn them on and see what happens. I've got no idea what it's for. It's definitely not the first player marker. It's very interesting. I'm going last. I've got this. I think I'm going last. That's odd. No fat tissue to go with the carnivore to maybe make a nice turn 1 fat tissue carnivore if everyone else is greedy. I'd certainly like to do that, but you know, I got a 7 in. The fact that someone else is going really greedy straight up is not necessarily a good sign. Okay, it looks like we're playing for the 16 species opening. So you'll notice in the game we each have this level. Okay, yep, that's what it's called. They call it a level. I thought it was called a rank, apparently not. Yeah, mine, which I can't open up, is Nobel Laureate. Hey, that's plenty. This is a really silly opening that should never happen, but it did, and cool. So I only put in a 0. It's kind of dangerous. I might just do a bit of this. I'm going to put that over here in case no one attacks me. It looks like this guy managed to draw the double warning call. It's a bit gross. So it's entirely plausible that I end up having to attack these, which is going to be shit. But I have to hope someone can't defend things. It's possible these guys are going to put in like huge amounts of food again, and this was completely unnecessary. But I'm hoping it can attack something. It's a bit annoying that I want to put the defensive herding on it rather than just making it a little bit bigger, but that helps to keep it somewhat safer. So if there's plenty of food, the first thing I'm going to do is eat with the scavenger, especially if anyone else has a carnivore. If I need to hit something on my second turn with my carnivore, just because of the way it's looking, definitely eat with the scavenger first if there's going to be enough food to fill up. Otherwise, if there's not enough food, I eat with the other ones first. I'm sort of glad no one was willing to push to 5 here. Hey look, carnivore! I can't attack his, he can't attack mine. We've got plenty of targets. Hopefully he won't attack me, and I won't attack him. But regardless if he does attack me, I'm still attacking both of these guys. Doesn't make sense not to. As much as, you know, revenge is nice, I can't let these guys still have 4 species. And I think maybe he's realised that. And he's not worried about me being vengeful. Maybe he knows how I think. Maybe he's just a little bit lucky. Okay, so I do not want people to be able to get fertiles going, but there's so much food that it's completely irrelevant. So I will eat the ones that haven't eaten when I can. This is an interesting choice. He should eat with this one because it's the one that we can attack. By we, I mean me. Again, okay. Yeah, leaving anyone with 4 species and pushing him down to 2 just doesn't seem productive, you know? Yeah, I'm just going to set up the double warning call because no, there's one up. Hopefully he doesn't go ambush. And then see how I feel about either making the 4th species again or bumping that population back up. Well, up further. Well, I'm still going to push this far. I think that could be a climbing. Burrowings. Maybe, you know, symbiosis. Honestly, I don't actually have good guarantees of attacks here. So, I'm going to make sure I'm big enough to attack just this once if I have to, which is fine just being 3 if it's not defended. But otherwise, I don't have any really good attack guarantees. I'm going to lose this either way if it can't attack anything. Kind of want to put in a population, but I might just save the card. Yeah, annoying that I didn't draw, say, an ambush or a climbing. Those would have worked really well. Maybe I could have put in a burrowing instead of the carnivore and just trusted there'd be enough food? Possibly I should have. Okay, like neither of us have enough population to deal with that anyway, so I'm not sure why he's pushing the body size. Seems a bit wasteful. Yeah, like this can't give him 3 population even as a fertile. None of these are face down. Ah, cool, so I can eat that. And this. Turns out I don't really want to eat this. Just that's fine. He has to eat that anyway unless he extincts himself on that. Okay, thank goodness. He would have starved me one if he extincted himself on that, but he would have, and he'd still lose everything, so... this guy's got a fertile running. So I'm starting to get really hopeful that I can hit on something to get myself some real attacks. I mean, I can still attack this with my pack hunting, but that's not really a great feeling. So he's got a lot of excess cards. So that's climbing. We'll accept that. So I've suggested that it'd be nice if we could play cards during this phase. I think I've suggested it before, but nothing came of it. Scott said he's interested in maybe doing it now, so okay, I really should save the intelligence. It's not a good call not to. Yeah, that'll do. Still not big enough to hit through hard shells. One big problem with that. I am hoping that the climbing is enough. Because usually climbers trust in their climbing, even when this happens you just end up having to go, well, I hope it can't attack. Yeah, I guess he wants to be worried about this being an ambush. And he's making sure that I can't attack this by getting its population high enough. Of course, if this is a fertile, I can still attack this. So that's not perfectly safe, but it's safe enough. So we'll see what Sue does. So with this long neck cooperation here, you really want to have twice as much population here with the foraging than you do here. Maybe he's going to throw up a symbiosis? Because yeah, that's definitely on my worst case scenarios list right now, attacking the horns. So, things I want to do are get this one fed, because it's the one that's actually going to have population. If I lose one, I'd prefer it to be this one to this one. If I can only eat one, then I'd prefer it to be this one that I lose, and I get a card back for the fertile. But chances are there's going to be enough for me to get more than one, but I will count that out as soon as I see all of the cards. Like, if this is, say, a cooperation, that's 4, that's 3, so it does go down really fast. This round, because I've got this going, I maybe even start having close to similar population to some of these guys. 6, so I've got more population than over here. I've also got this one with fertile, so I actually have 7. This is 8, but I'm going to attempt to rip into this one. So having this intelligence versus this really large body size is also kind of cool. I was more thinking about just getting something going over here, but that's cool. It'll give me just good easy attacks to fill this up. Yeah, so right now I'm just going to eat this. I don't think I care about this guy that much. Again, heaps of food. I'm going to eat with this. I'm now controlling when the scavenger eats, finally. So if there's still one left for the scavenger, I get to eat it. Unsurprised about the cooperation. I get to see what happens here next turn. If I draw an ambush and it's still undefended, I'm obviously just going to start ambushing. So yeah, maybe this guy thought there wouldn't be enough food, and that's why he didn't put these last 2 into population. I don't know. Maybe he just really wants more value from his fertile. So yeah, with these fertiles up, I'm really happy that this has taken this long, and mostly, well, this carnival's still going to get, scavenger's going to get 1, but I mean, I've done pretty well with what they're going to get. Like, there's no defenses up here. He lost everything before. He's not doing well. There's no reason I should attack him. Next turn, I'm going to be last. Really good timing. I've got a huge setup. I can put this -2 in because I don't really need much food. And I can use the cooperation to get this one. I've got the scavenger here. Maybe I have to accept my losses on this one because I've only got 1 intelligence. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll keep the climbing in case it changed back to climbing. Feels like a good idea. So, yeah, one of the things I have to worry about is that this guy's managed to pull off a doubled warning call because I still haven't drawn an ambush. Because my chance of actually being able to eat if I don't do this is extremely low. Unless this Wa guy, who's never defended anything in the entire game, continues not defending anything. I mean, it'd be nice to put 2 of these cards into this population, use both cards for eating. I think my favourite draw would have been the second cooperation to put here. It's actually an idea. If I'm going to lose a species, why don't I make it this one? I can put the cooperation there and give them 2 each. I can still fill this one up. Then I can use the intelligence here. And just by using the intelligence, I can make sure I can feed twice for these guys. As much as I lose the climbing, this could just be a warning call. Actually, that's a good point. If I leave the climbing, I know I can either attack this or this. I also know I can attack some things here, so I'm definitely just hanging on to the intelligence because next round, last round, maybe I need it. Being able to do a crazy fat tissue would be cool and everything, but not as good as just making sure I can scavenge. I think I can get 4 attacks out of this. Yeah, this is easy. That is a pretty toothless carnivore in this environment. So I'm going to hit this 5 times and this 1 time, because again, this guy's actually not doing very well. And he's also going to lose something to himself right now. But first, I'm going to feed this one, because there was enough food for it. Okay, yeah, like I don't know what he's planning exactly, but I'm really happy hitting this 5 times and this 1 time. Even happier than that. Cool. I might actually only hit this down to having 1 population, because I know what that is. It's a defensive herding that's doing almost nothing, and 2 cards that help eat rather than help stop me eating. So, if I'd extincted it, I'd put 3 cards in hand, I don't know what they are, leaving it there is just a 1 card draw. And that's a safer bet for me in this circumstance. So one of the big things here is, the first question, do I think using the ambush instead of the climbing is a good idea to try to attack this? I think the answer ends up being no. And just to make sure I can keep as much alive as possible, we'll put the intelligence there, make sure I have the 4 cards, and put one here. Sure, if I only have the 4 cards, this one just ends up dying. That's alright. Because yeah, I can get from these 4 cards 14 food. It's just over 3 food a card. The real question becomes, do I know that this is 6 food? If the answer is yes, I'm going to save 1 card for this intelligence and 1 card for this intelligence. This is looking like an extremely likely possibility at this point. Okay, I no longer know. That's dangerous. Yeah, he's worried about eating enough, so that was just a bind I put him in. Left him in a place where he had cards to eat with. Okay, he's given me a perfect attack. I have 6 population, I can use intelligence to attack this once, and then I've got more population for the rest of the attacks. It's one of the best uses of intelligence, just chomping through a defensive herding. So I know I can get all 5 of my cooperation scavengings. I'll save 1 card to use this intelligence for these 2 food if there's not enough there, which is of course something I'm planning. These guys do eat 3 and then 3. So, and if I wanted to get around to me again, I have to wade through this guy eating 4, and then 3 more, and probably 3 more. He's an AI that is stuck. Well, that's annoying, because I was going to completely destroy this game. Oh, hi, Nyuxohiz. I've seen your name. I don't know how I meant to say it. Newzoas? Anyway, yeah, like, this was huge. And I was fully set to have 19 at the end of this round, all fed, unquestionably. 38 plus... What would my score have been? 38 plus 2 times 19 is another 38, okay. Plus my traits, so wait, that's 76, 80, 84, 85, 80... That was an 87-point game. So that was a huge number of points, as well as being probably a large margin victory. I kind of forgot to clip that. I wonder if I have time